Okay, I think it's running. Do we have sound? Hey, we got the bots running and Rainbow's here. Hey, Rainbow. How can we have 2 viewers but the thing still says 1? I don't get it.
Sounds good.
Okie dokie. Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and we've got a couple bracelets here to make tonight. And yeah, hang on. Let's. I am joined by my lovely wife. There's Mandy right there. And yeah, we got a number of people. Why does Google want to cheat me on my numbers here? That's crazy. Well, wait, before we get into this, let me remind everybody, we have a secret word game is going on still. All you got to do is chat, and if you should happen to say the secret word, you win these 2 bracelets. One was made by me, and the other by Minute Craft. So that is a thing. Oh, I got to show you guys something. This just came onto my Discord earlier. Somebody actually made what was my first meshed differently pattern. They made the bracelet, and it came out pretty darn cool. I am so pleased to see that somebody would have taken the time to do something so complicated. So I'm really impressed with that. Do we have matching outfits? My shirt is cool. It goes really dark at the bottom, and it's like a slow fade. So yeah, but yeah, maybe a little bit matching. That's kind of cool. Didn't mean to. Oh, and I have one other thing to show you guys. This is kind of like I haven't shared this on Instagram yet. I haven't shared it anywhere else yet. So this is kind of neat. Check that out. That's the sign of something's coming, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So that's something we have to look forward to soon. Having to reach over for the mouse here. It's okay. So over on my website, under tutorials, this is the one we are working on. My take on 106.161. So that's what we're going to be working with here today. So, hang on, I need an image up so I can figure out which color sequences go together here, because yeah, I don't exactly memorize all this stuff. I don't think I could if I wanted to. So, on the pattern over on the website, if you guys are playing along at home, the colors are purple, blue, dark gray, and yellow. So the dark gray is because I don't use black, and I'm obviously using black here on the strings. But I don't use black on the patterns because if you want to try to change up the color combinations, it changes all the lines. And I don't use white because if you do that, it also messes up your whole background when you try to change out the colors. So yeah, I get that it doesn't look the same as what we're working with, but that's where you have to use a little bit of imagination to understand that it's for the best. And somehow conversation is going away from me here while I'm trying to look at the strings. What, dude? I Well. Yeah, trying to figure out how to start a bracelet for me is like, once it's going, I'm good. It's like getting it going. So I can kind of tell, if you haven't noticed, this side seems to be going down a little bit faster. I can kind of tell which side the kumi started on versus the side it ended on. The side it started on, all the colors joined together like that just happened. The other side is where everything got kind of ran through the blender and makes it a little bit harder. All right. So I don't know about you guys, but I have been very, very busy trying to create the videos and patterns and doing all kinds of stuff. It makes it kind of nice to have an evening where I'm just going to sit down and make a couple, what I would consider smaller. 12-string bracelets are like this perfect size to get done easily. So yeah, digging it. Oh, and I don't know if the camera is really, this pink is fluorescent. It is absolutely super, super vibrant, and I'm not sure how the camera is picking up on that. It's kind of weird, like how, you know, I noticed on the pattern that I came up with on my own, I used a fluorescent in that, and no matter how I tried to take the photo, it just, the pink just does not want to go. I was not trying to flash my belly. I was just trying to show off that the shirt goes from like a pinkish into a darker red. It was the whole reason I bought the shirt, was because I liked the fade. I thought it was really, really cool. I'm not trying to show off the dad bod. So this is one of those patterns where I don't know, I looked at it, I just thought that it seemed really neat the way that there's two bright colors and then the rest is just these black and whites, and being able to just make the two colors really stand off against the black and white, I thought was pretty cool. I heard that that Uncle Roger guy just got banned in China. He made some sort of a joke about China, and they're like, "Nope, you're done. That's it." And now he is banned in China. I thought that was kind of a whoops kind of a move. I mean, I'm sure he can use it in his acts around Singapore and Malaysia and stuff, but if he was able to kept his humor in China, I mean, they have a huge, huge audience. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not even sure what the joke was per se, so I don't know if it was something that, you know, I would agree with or not. No, it was in all the papers here. Like, China made a big to-do about that. It was... Popian skin. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of that kind of humor. I know that a lot of people find that kind of stuff funny or whatever. The whole poking fun at Asian thing. I get, I don't know, it's a little too cringe for me. I I don't find that kind of thing that funny. Yeah, that social score thing, that's some like Black Mirror stuff. Or what was what's the fake Star Trek one? The Seth Orville. The Orville had something like that where your social score meant everything. They covered something about that. That was pretty cool. So this is actually kind of moving along pretty quickly. I'm pretty impressed. I spent the day working on some patterns and stuff, and so try to leave my knotting strength for tonight. This is kind of weird. I just noticed on my screen now that we're making a little bit of progress, the pink does not show up bright, but the red is super oversaturated, at least on my monitor, which is so weird because it's the pink that is the neon color, and somehow the red is like just picked up like completely wrong. I don't know if it's this monitor or if it's what it is. Kind of want to see what it is on the other screen. No, it just looks darker. It's so weird. How are we already started on food this early? So the red is sort of this darker, I compare this to, not quite stop sign red. What is? It actually might be really close to the AWOL bracelet that you made me a while back. It might actually be pretty close to that red, just maybe a couple shades darker. You know, I still haven't had any Pop-Tarts, Phil. I feel cheated here. So yeah, I have to put a video into the mix here. I'm not sure when I'll get around to recording it, but earlier today I was playing with a pattern where I was like, okay, let's see, how does this work? There's some kind of zigzaggy motion going on the outside. Okay, so I'll start with that. I'll just do the zigzag on the outside. Okay, and then there's something that happens just inside of that where there's another color that plays a role and does a thing. Okay, so I'll do that next. And as I went through, I just realized, like, why this is it, like, it's so easy just to fill this thing in and see like how it was originally created just by kind of messing with the pattern a bit. I was pretty impressed with how that all worked out. Like, it was pretty neat. So yeah, I kind of want to try the whole pattern again, but this time for the cameras, and kind of show people how, like, bracelet design, like, it was like decoding what the original person must have been thinking as they were doing it. So like, there's a whole story that just sort of unravels as you break it apart and figure out how it you know, the whole design works. It was neat. Oh yeah, and the Discord, yeah, people sharing your makes of my patterns, that totally made my day. Like, that's, in fact, I'm going to show that again just because that was so cool. That one, that just absolutely made my day. Like, look at that, like, they really worked hard. You can tell they're not even, like, probably doing such big bracelets or whatever, because it's a little bit wonky, but yeah, it still looks amazing. All right, a little bit of concentration needed to actually work this pattern, but I got it. Where? That sounds kind of yummy. So what does it mean if the flavor is infused? Does that mean it, like no real blueberries were used, or somehow it was? I don't know the terminologies for such things. Yeah, the rose flavor stuff. I'm not a real fan of the whole rose flavor thing. I don't know. I really thought based on the color I might enjoy it because I like a lot of red things. But no, not so much. Yeah, rose scented is different. Rose taste is. Yeah. Oh, I guess we should mention that there is a sale still going on this month over on akaawol.com/shop. It's 15% off. You use the code SUMMER23. Am I right? Did I do that right?
Summer 23?
Yeah. All right. The Bandung drink is the one at the coffee shops with the pink? Is that the one? Yes, then yes, I do not like that. I may not know the names to the things I don't like, but my wife does. So, yay. Yes, you did raid the shop, I saw. Unless you hit it up again. Yeah, the pink drink. Yeah, I'm not... I can't even, like, say specifically what it is about that flavor that I don't care for. But there's something, like, I don't know. And like I like a lot of stuff that like Mandy would never like. I like the medicines that are pink. You know, like when you had to like you're a kid and you're taking antibiotics and they give you like that the just the pink fluid,
Yeah,
whatever.
I do like cherry flavor.
Yeah, I like cherry flavors
And cherry flavor is sick.
Yeah. Yeah, I like a lot of those kind of things. Like, I was the kid. Like, you give me the little cup, man, and my tongue would be like, like get every little speck out of there. Like, yeah. Yeah, it's just something with the rose flavor, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. Yes, there's been a few things kind of, that are big over here that whatever I didn't take to. I like the Mounds candy bar and what's the other one? There's another. Damn it, they have their commercials. Like one has almonds, one don't. But I like the coconut in there. It's really good. But if you take me to a restaurant where they actually like have a coconut and you like take a spoon and you scrape it, I absolutely hate it. Like I can't. It's not even like oh no, I don't care for that. I hate it, which really weird. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is, but yeah. So it makes me wonder, like, if there's like a different way of having the rose flavor that maybe I do like, I don't know. Mounds, yeah. Because sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. I can remember like a lot of the commercial, I just couldn't remember that last part. Almond Joy has nuts, Mounds don't. So this pattern has a lot of little subtle turns that makes it so that way certain colors will pop up right where you want it to be. For example, the red here kind of came out and down. When it came up and back, it came immediately inwards, which was kind of interesting. But that's what it needed to do in order to make it into the center of the diamond that this fluorescent one is going into. So I always appreciate like a really well thought out design where they can take a color and make the necessary adjustments to have certain elements work out. I think that's kind of cool. Oh, okay, so the tourists with coconuts, we don't have. I'm from the north, mid America, kind of northeast maybe of America, unless you were maybe in California or Florida. Coconuts are not readily available. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen coconuts in the grocery store before. You might get Well, you get the bags of like the stuff for baking, but like to have an actual whole coconut, I don't think I've ever seen that in Michigan before in my life. So, you know, you come over here and like, oh, they got coconut. It's like that's a thing, you know. And they're trying to, if you're going to experience another country's culture or whatever, trying to dive into whatever things they have that you don't, is sort of the whole, hey, let's, you know, do whatever. Hawaii would definitely have. Yeah. It's just the scarcity. We've seen a pineapple farm before, honey. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tropical. I mean, it's all over here.
Yeah.
So, except Singapore. But, yeah.
All right. Well, occasionally you see them in a pot, and it's so cute. The culture joke just, I just read that. That's, ouch. Oh, I just saw a video. I just shared it with Mandy and a friend. The not jackfruit. What's the other one? Duran, falling on a car. Holy cow! The just one piece of fruit falling on a car blew out the whole windshield. Like, yeah, like they're probably not going to be driving away to go home with their car. It was that badly damaged. Like, wow. Whoa. Yeah, I imagine it. Well, pepper, the stuff we put on everything now, used to cost more than gold. So yeah, once upon a time, before like there was massive farming and whatever else, yeah, I imagine the rich people had nothing else better to do than to spend a boatload of money trying things that the average person couldn't have or whatever. Yeah, this might be weird. I don't like standing underneath coconut trees. It seriously frightens me. Like, there are more people killed by coconuts every year than sharks. You know, and I know that there's not a lot of shark killing or whatever, but just the fact that that's actually a proven statistic just seriously creeps me right out. Yeah, Duran, yeah, that's seriously, I talked about that before. Like, what if these things fall out of the trees? And somebody tried to tell me that you don't have to worry about it. They only fall out of the trees at night. And I was like, okay, well, that's cool. I don't know how the tree knows what time of day it is, but that's awesome. And then today I see a video where the car is just sitting there, and I don't know how they knew to pull their camera out. But
they usually fall at night. Is because it's hot in the daytime, so they slowly ripen over the course of the day and then fall at night.
Yeah, but like how they had the camera ready to to have it smash the car. Maybe they heard it crackling through the limbs or whatever, or number had fallen or whatever. But yeah, that just cemented it in for me. Like, nope, don't want to be around those farms. Nope, 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 nope. Not bad. All right, let's see. This pattern packs in so many little different little twists and turns. Oh, I went to, this was, I told you guys a little bit about they had the aqua and show and whatever where Mandy got the turtle from. They had shark eggs there, and they are the coolest looking things. They look like bigger than the palm of your hand, right? So like maybe a can of beer size, and they're shaped like a drill bit. They're spirally and twisty like that. So apparently, it's meant for them to get lodged in between rocks. So that way, you know, I don't know what that does for their chances of survival or whatever. But yeah, crazy looking things. So I wonder if that's what helped inspire the whole Sharknado thing, is because they're twisty like that. Yeah, I wish I could show you guys what this looks like on my computer screen. The red is like over the top brightness, like the color in it is just insane. I mean, I like the look of it, but it's nothing like the real thing. Oh, yeah, okay. So minute craft, the tiger sharks, and then one shark will start eating the other siblings. Like I I don't remember where I heard that one, but yeah, that one freaked me out. You know, for a bracelet channel, we definitely get off on some interesting other topics. It's all good. So here's another one. So this white coming down, you would almost imagine that it would just keep going straight, but it has to turn right here where the pink is to actually form the little dot in the X of the center of these black ones. Which is, again, it's just kind of neat little things. Yeah. Hey, Isabel. Hello. See, now with the bright red here, it just goes up, in, and back down. Like, that's kind of normal. The last one, though, it has to zigzag in order to be at the right place. It's just so cool. The end of my red string tried to get itself all knotted together. Cool. And it came apart. Alright. What does this do now? So this is cool. I think we may be either at or passing the center. Can't really tell from the pattern I have up on the screen. I'm sort of zoomed into the area where I'm working, just so that way I don't make mistakes. But I'm pretty sure this is it. Was Isabella the one that was making the microphone case? I always get all the names mixed up in my head. Yes, chat to win. Where am I at? I am at the dot. Okay. And the black one like that, and then it's the white. Good morning, then. Right. You always get confused with the names and stuff, like there's just too many people to keep the stories right in my head, but I was pretty sure you were the one. I was wondering if you got back to it. I mean, it's so good over here not singing along to my music that I have playing, but now it's like the Smashing Pumpkins, and I'm like, it isn't that easy. Yes, I could stand to have a lot more, but honestly, I can't even read books that have too many characters in it. Otherwise, I have trouble. Like, wait, was this person or that person? Who is this one now? Yeah, I get completely lost so easily. It's terrible. That's why, like, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was alright. Like, there was like 4 people to keep track of, and the names were like far-fetched enough to like keep them apart. I don't think I can get that kind of scratchy voice that, I don't know what the guy's name is, but from the Smashing Pumpkins, yeah. Tell me I'm the only one. Tell me I'm not chosen. Jesus was the only son. You know, speaking of music, Mandy and I got into an interesting discussion here. I think is that earlier today? If they were going to do, if you were trying to imagine college courses of the future, looking back over the various music types, you know, kind of the way that like nowadays we study Mozart and stuff, when you think back to like the 90s, and, you know, what bands would those future colleges be going over and looking at? Because obviously, like the 60s, 70s, you probably would have like the Beatles would definitely be something I think that would get studied in a school. But the interesting idea was like who else makes the grade of being a band worth remembering. Britney Spears, that's a fun one. Backstreet Boys, heck yeah. Ooh. I guess you'd have to have Mariah Carey just because of the whole vocal range and stuff, right? Ooh. Yeah, Michael Jackson for sure.
Hey.
Like, he was the king of pops and stuff, so yeah. Hey Patrick, how's it going? Wow. There's a name from my past. Holy moly. Welcome. I think this is his first time to the channel. Yeah, it's a lot of people say that it is relaxing to watch the knotting done. Hey, it seems we got a house full of people. Let me just remind everybody we do have the secret word game, which is all you have to do is chat to win. You say the secret word, the bot will let you know that you've said it. Of course, spelling counts. The bot does not recognize typos, as we learned with the Rapunzel one. That was hilarious. And I somehow messed up my screen. Ah, come on. My pattern disappeared from me for a moment there, and it's back. All right. Oh, I see why I had it the other way. Okay, hang on. I gotta fix this because now I can't see the chat. Yeah, if it was the 90s, or pick any, you know, like the 70s. One of the ones I said for like the 70s I thought would be Boston, because they had some absolutely amazing ballads. And of course Meatloaf, for, you know, some of his songs were absolutely out of the world. Then the Who, because of the, they actually did a rock operas. Oh, get back to the screen. The Who with their rock operas, that was something that I don't even know, other than Pink Floyd and the Who, I don't think that anybody else really tried to do something like that big. Yeah, I got it back. Just trying to get too many screens on my side changed. Yeah, it just got stuck there for a second. Sorry, guys. That's what I get for trying to push buttons midway. Why was The Who on CSI?
The theme song.
That shows how little I know of the show. Really?
Mm-hmm.
What song did they use? Led Zeppelin, absolutely.
Who Are You?
Oh, I like that song.
And Won't Get Fooled Again.
Nice. Queen, absolutely. ABBA?
Yeah, ABBA.
ABBA would be a...
ABBA was its own genre.
Right. I just recently heard that, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think ABBA made it because of some European competition. There was some kind of...
Eurovision.
Yeah. I just heard that and I was like absolutely blown away. Like, that's a thing, and like, how have I never heard of this competition that finds like cool whatever? It just blew me away. Rolling Stones for sure, absolutely. There was something about their music too that was very cutting edge at the time. There's something about, like, if I remember correctly, somebody was describing it that the tempo kind of slows down or something, so that there's something about it that like other bands just don't incorporate this too. But that's what helped like make their music earworms. Elton John, yeah. I wonder how somebody like Elton John will be remembered, because I'm sure when they try to show the kids like this is him, you know, they got the giant glasses and the sparkly stuff. Like, yeah, I write the songs that make the whole world sing. Wait, Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow would have to be in there. Like, wow. The Eagles, yeah. Yeah, that's... we were talking about whether or not like Eminem would end up being, you know, studied in future colleges. Marvin Gaye, yeah. I was wondering where you were coming up with so many good ones. I didn't know that you were secretly conducting research. Right. Yeah, you're telling this to a guy who will quite literally stop whatever he's doing because he hears a song or somebody says something, and then I need to know like when was that and who did it, and yeah, I am well versed in Google being a good friend.
I thought Mandy is your best friend.
No, no, no. I said as a good friend. My best friend is my wife, Mandy. Yeah, Hotel California was a good one. Well, Supertramp. Yeah, heck yeah. Oh, who did the one? ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. Like, ELO is like one of the bands like I'll put into Spotify to like kickstart a bunch of songs that I know, and I like to start with like Mr. Blue Sky, and then it'll just play a lot of really cool songs from like that era. Supertramp, heck yeah. Jefferson Airplane, that's a good one. Weren't they Jefferson Starship before they were Jefferson Airplane? Like they actually like changed their names somewhere along the way.
How have you not mentioned the Grateful Dead yet?
Yeah. Grateful Dead. That is absolutely an amazing band who did a lot of stuff. But they were mostly a cover band. I mean, yes, they did have some of their own music, but for the mostly they were covering songs from like John Dylan, and I guess he would be still. He's probably studied now, Dylan. But yeah, Grateful Dead. Nine Inch Nails, yeah. Trent Reznor doing a one-man band and then having to hire people to like play the parts so he could have concerts. Yeah, that might be worth studying. Wow. Yeah, these little thought experiments are always fun. Like trying to think of like, because for me, like the things like like I said, for sure the Beatles would be studied in the future, is because they changed music a lot. Like they weren't just pop and whatever. They were doing interesting things with the instruments. They were doing interesting things with the time, like how music is scored. They did a lot of really interesting. Oh. King Crimson, I would imagine, would be another one, because King Crimson used to use a lot of like weird 1719 is the thing. I don't know what that, like the tempo is or whatever they call that. Like, yeah, they were doing like really weird, cool experimental stuff. Metallica was their whole thing was they were fast. That was it. They weren't. all that exceptional. I don't think they were just they started faster music, faster guitar playing. I guess that's kind of an interesting change for stuff. And I think what started this whole thing for me was I was thinking about how some bands that I actually rather enjoy will barely be a blip in the future. I'm a big fan of a band called Scatterbrain. They do songs like "Don't Call Me Dude," and they do the Sonata Number 4. I can't remember if that's Beethoven or whose, but it's Sonata Number 4. And they just ripping it with the guitar playing. It's so amazing. Celine Dion, yeah. Oh, Radiohead is a good one. Yeah, I can't like come up with songs when I have like another song in my ear. Like, but yes, Radiohead is a good one. Slipknot's a little dark. That's who did the BYOB? That was another very loud-ish band. Is that fair? I don't have the Googles. Wait, I'm stopping for this one. System of a Down. And Chop Suey. Those amazing songs. System of a Down, yeah. Yeah, there is a long delay, guys. I realized like after you guys were giving it to me, like, oh, yep. You didn't see me like jump for my phone there. I kind of doubt that they would be taught in university, but hopefully they're not like lost and forgotten, that people will like go back and take a listen. Because it's weird to think about, like, right? Like Mozart somehow managed to stay relevant through all these years, and people still know the name and whatever. But like, there's gonna be a lot of bands that are completely forgotten, and unless, you know, something happens like university or whatever, like they're just never, nobody's gonna even know those names. And the other thing with music, one of the things that I don't get is, let's compare it to my bracelet making. If I make a bracelet, I get to sell a bracelet. I make this, I sell it for $10. That's my $10. A person makes music, he records it, and then he can keep like selling to everybody. Like, it's not like I make one thing and then I sell one thing. It's I make one thing and I sell it a million times over, and the more and more I sell it, the more, I don't know, it's just, there's something about that that's sort of like, maybe I'm in the wrong business. But yeah, but dubstep is a thing, though, isn't it? I mean, that's as much a genre as anything else that we've talked about. And yeah, at some point, people are going to look back and be like, where did that come from? Yeah. Searching for signs of life, but there's nobody home. Do, 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 maybe you come. Yeah, I used to listen to a lot of drum and bass from the one of the BBC channels, and yeah, I'm sure that those artists probably aren't making a ton of money. They're a lot of fun, but a lot of his stuff all sounds the same. I don't think my singing is close enough that anybody's gonna strike. I see you in the photo with your love. Slide this up just a little bit. I wonder. It might be time for me to get a new blacklight flashlight. This one seems to... I just put new batteries in it. I had it working earlier. There it goes. Yeah, see how that middle lights up? That's so cool. The white and then the bright pink. Yeah, something's wrong with that flashlight. It kind of was a neat novelty, though. I'm not even sure where we actually even bought it from. Yeah. Yeah, get the merch before I change up to new merch. Because I'm already thinking that we should change up some of the stuff in the shop over there. Think with me and you'll have it made. Yeah, I'd rather not. It was, yeah, I posted that a long time ago. I made a thing for that. My inspiration was Mandy said I'd rather not. And I'm like, yeah, me too. Yeah. I cannot, yep. There was an auntie who tried to tell me that I cannot. I'm like, yeah, then good. You know, and then I wrote down I cannot onto her clipboard. You know, I cannot. And she was just, she gave me the cutest little scolding. So hopefully Mandy's over there with a little pen and paper jotting some of these ideas down, because these are golden. And not just watching tennis. I'm not even sure she's heard me.
What?
The t-shirt ideas, La. Are you writing them down?
No.
Could you write them down? Notorious. I like that. Otherwise, it'll turn into how Minute Craft gave me all those pattern ideas, but then, of course, I can't access the chat thing so easily. So yeah, that was a fail on my part. It is better lit today. She had that light on doing something else, and we got the camera started, and I was like, oh, that light looks actually kind of cool. So we decided to keep it on. You can see my ukuleles behind her better. Alright, so I'm going to braid that up later on. But there's our bracelet. That thing, it's really kind of cute. I hope you guys can see the right kind of colors, because on mine the red just is so oversaturated, it's crazy. But yeah, I love it. Alright, toss it off to the side and grab our other string. And oh, this one's got neon orange. Oh, and even better, I don't remember what the sequence for this one is. Well, I can tell the yellow is supposed to be the white. Let's see if I can get this out of here. Okay. So we have a couple black. So this other pattern is which one? It is this. So it was that pattern and this pattern combined to make this. So we have the interesting black stuff in the middle. What is my color combination? Every once in a while I like come up with these like great ideas, like, oh, I'm going to do a thing. And then like I don't actually jot down what that thing was. And so yeah. Alright. Executive decision time. Let's do the dark one, medium one, and then the bright one. And the black one. All right. Oh, your cousin. You know when you said you had a relative in Minneapolis that liked Duran Duran, I was picturing your aunt singing Hungry Like a Wolf and got really confused at the notion.
A daughter.
Yes. It dawned on me eventually, but not after I had a very comical image in my head. Not into you. That's funny. Yeah, I was thinking something to the effect of help, my strings are in a bunch, and AWOL warned me about this. I remember one time on the Detroit River, I saw a boat, and where the name should be was a rope forming the letter Y, and then it just kind of went over. It kind of looked like a yo, like it said yo, because it went over and just sort of had like the classic, like this kind of thing. You know, I don't want to fully make a knot there. So I thought at first I was like, yo, why? That's like a dumb name for a boat. And then, I'm like, well, why would somebody do that? I don't know, why not? And then it hit me, that was the name of the boat. The boat was Why Not, just spelled with the letter Y in rope and a knot. I thought they were genius. Oh, and you guys, before I do change out things in the shop, you might want to actually check out the giant mouse pad. I've got one. The thing is just absolutely massive. You can protect your desk and just have like a really nice space for working. That one is pretty neat, and it's the image on it is from the the big pattern, the big wall hanging. I'm not obsessed. Nice. It's all that time reading the books. She's got like all the words in her head, just mash them up into fun stuff. I want caffeine in cookies.
I want sushi and donuts.
Ew.
Not
Ew.
together.
I got very concerned for a moment there.
I want sushi then donuts.
I'll go straight for the donuts at this point. Ew. Of course, sushi donuts are a thing. That just... The Luther, wait, which one is called the Luther? Is that the burger with the donut? And if so, is that named after Lex? A Luther? What? What? I'm so confused now. The chat has thoroughly gotten away from me. I have no idea what's happening anymore. Oh, we haven't mentioned much in the way of the Patreon. Thank you to my Patreon supporters who keep this whole thing going. If you are a Patreon subscriber, you can join us in the after party. After the live stream ends, we tend to hang out for a while, talk about the stream, talk about other random stuff. I get to actually hear your guys' voices, which makes it kind of easier than trying to read it off the screen, which is cool. Luther Vandross. Oh, there's somebody that need to be studied. Luther Vandross. Dude. That dude, man. I wonder if was Luther Vandross the thing over here? Did you guys hear of or know of
Yes.
Luther Vandross?
Yes.
What was your thoughts on him? She's going for speed. She's all alone. So again, this is weird. Oh, well, this time it kind of makes a little bit more sense. So the color that seems to be oversaturated is the neon. It's a loofah, not a Luther. Wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I wonder if there's a way of like doing something to balance the colors so that way this would look more natural. Mind you, I have no idea what you guys can see, but both of my screens is not even close to like what I see here. So I have to say that the way this one is starting out is kind of pleasant for knotting. It's the way that the center part just kind of repeats the outer bit. Also, it's just sort of is doing its thing in a repetitive nature that's sort of not bad. The only thing I can think of that might be a problem is because this is a mashup, is losing track of where I am because of the way that it repeats itself. It'd be really easy to accidentally go like one repetition too far, and then that would really throw off the whole size of the bracelet or centering things and all that. So yeah, other than that, no, this is really kind of fun. I also like the fact that there are two black strings in this one, and you don't see them at all yet. They come into play during the center portion, keeping the sides sort of bright and whatever. But I think that's kind of a cool use of the colors. You mean they didn't just name the dog the name that they used on the show? Like, that doesn't...
No, the character was called Eddie, and the dog was Moose.
A chihuahua named Goliath? Nine. So check it out, just like that, the pattern changes, and now the two black strings are going to become predominant. So fun. I'm pretty sure the white works into there somewhere as well. That can't be right. It was not right.
And you almost killed me.
The what? That's awesome. Yeah, so as you can see, the whole vibe of the bracelet is completely changed. Like, it went from bright little diamonds to now there's this big X that is kind of has the contrast of the white and the black combined. This was a fun mashup. This was definitely putting two unlikely patterns together and getting something new out of it. It's funny because, like, so this is creating a whole new bracelet essentially, but I have a separate series of my own patterns where they are essentially ones that didn't have something else as inspiration. So, like, there's going to be a weird count of how many of the different types of videos that I produce. There. Yeah, it's a fun one. I have one as well, but mine's sort of kind of the color of Mandy's shirt. I don't know why, but I could really go for a coffee. Ooh, we could order from the coffee place at Wisteria. We could get a cold drink and a snacky.
We could. They don't have donuts though.
That was so random.
Does Starbucks have donuts?
Not to my knowledge. And if they did, they'd call it something stupid. I saw them mentioned trying to be good and not think too hard on donuts. I didn't realize that it had left a impression on my wife. I think the bot's been drinking. So this part of the bracelet definitely got more complex, a lot more changing directions in order to get certain colors and certain parts to be where they need to be. And there's something kind of you gotta admire about that. I just saw what the bot said. That's awesome. Really? TBF? To be frank? To be frank, I'd have to change my name. "61 rows of the background to make the pattern on the keychain centered." Wow, that's kind of a... Oh, so I just discovered something recently in regards to the whole counting rows and stuff, because my Newtcraft had me working out some patterns for her, and she gave me a number to work on, and I discovered that the counting rows, the bracelet book and whoever else, and the friendshipbracelets.net, the rows that they count is every single one. Like, you know, for me, I was counting it straight down, straight one row straight down. So basically the number I had was half as many when I counted out how many rows. So when I tried to figure out, like, how long these things are supposed to be, and I went off of her account. I'm like, this is absurdly long. This cannot be real. This is, and then I realized why. Yeah, I only just learned this. Oh yeah. Yeah, when it comes to things like having complex patterns or you have like stuff like that, the whole planning part for me is probably my favorite. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the alpha. I've even been offered money to go make things in alpha, and it's like, just can't bring myself to doing it. The closest I came was I did basically an alpha bag that turned out pretty cool. Well, when these patterns mesh, it really... So, this is the middle segment, and it's going to go back to what it was doing on the top half. So, take a look at this. It's like so distinctly different, the two different areas. That's hilarious. I just noticed there's like 6 likes on this live stream. Thank you for everybody who has liked it. I really do appreciate that. If you haven't already, please do it. It really makes a difference. Yeah, it really, I think when it comes down to liking various patterns, it comes down to like certain things. Like, are you trying to like alphas give you that range of being able to put anything you want anywhere, where the normal patterns, like I like, it's the whole art of trying to get things to kind of twist and turn and land where you want to and make a shape form. I have a plan to, I wrote it in my book of like videos to do, but I'm going to show some a video where this pattern just sort of evolves almost naturally. It's so perfect. I absolutely love the whole gist of how it's laid out and designed or whatever. To me, like the whole alpha thing is just you can do whatever you want to. You can spell, you can do whatever. It's like graph paper, where this is something completely different. But it's just a preferential thing. Like, I imagine if I had learned alpha to start with, I'd probably be in the other camp. Hey, show. That's awesome that there's somebody in the camp that likes to do both of them. That's I think you are a rarity. Right. Well, no. It can be done on a normal. Hang on. I'm not sure if my camera will focus on this. If you make a cylinder, you can have one color going one direction and the other color going in the opposing direction, and you can do whatever you want. Sort of like an alpha, but no. So yes, it is possible with normal knotting, just a caveat. if you will. I also have a sort of keychain thing that hanging off of one of my bags that's got AWOL on one side and STFU on the other side. No. No, doing normal does have limitations. Yeah, I think so. I did a small alpha bag, and I think the problem was there's fewer time. It takes longer before you know, like you have a chunk done. And for me, like I need the dopamine of, hey, you accomplished something, and having to wait so long to feel any sense of an accomplishment really kind of turned me off from the alpha. I think that's really just an ADHD thing. I just saw a bookmark that they crocheted it so, but it looked like an alpha pattern, and it had like a frog's head at the top with the tongue hanging out, like it had been smashed in the book, and it like had long stringly legs, like die 2 had been smashed in the book. It was so awesome. I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, like the Grateful Dead skull thing. That's called to steal your face. And yeah, that was awesome. There's a person who likes books. I'm kind of glad we're getting near the end of this bracelet, because the white string, which has been used for most of this, is getting really short, and I would hate to think that that could run out. So both of the bracelets made here tonight will be like in my shop. I would say probably sometime tomorrow. I need time to photograph them, and I'm trying to figure out, like, with these neon colors, it's kind of hard to get the camera to kind of portray them right. If I'm gonna have to do a little homework to see if there's something I can do, because it's like it automatically changes the camera's white balance. I think that's the problem. I don't know. Considering the number of bracelets around our house, I'm kind of surprised we haven't found like a lot more uses for what they could do. The pencil for a hair thing, like seriously, that's like the hot librarian thing. Yeah, and considering you actually have scrunchies made by me to use, you know. I wonder if I should, maybe I should make some of those scrunchies to put in the shop. Aww. Cat letting you know that you didn't need another pet? There it is. All right. Seriously, does that not look like it's just mashed together? And wow. We got the first one. So there's what we made tonight. That is awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out so long. It has been a longer video than I normally do, but it was awesome. For my Patreon supporters, you guys, if you want to hang out afterwards, it'll be over on the Discord server under the Insiders thing. And yeah, if you guys want to go, you know, do the whole Patreon thing, that would be awesome. I'll be back again next week with another couple of patterns to work on. And next week will be a lot more videos coming up. I have a lot of things planned, so I'm not sure when I'll be getting to what, but there'll be a lot of things coming up so yeah, definitely go check out the videos. And yeah, as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.